What is up, guys? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to try going back to some movie commentaries after 5.5 years of not doing them. And we're going to look at Elektra. So this is basically a spin-off of the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck from 2003. And I did see Daredevil, but I kind of was doing other stuff while watching this movie back in 2017. But I've owned it for a while now. So I'm just kind of thinking about messing with Elektra and just kind of going with it. I'm not going to watch the whole movie and do the whole movie as commentary, but I'm going to probably do like 40 or so minutes of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say 3, 2, 1, and then go. And then when I say go, you just essentially press play at the same time as I say go. And, so yeah, it's the DVD version of Elektra, so you should be seeing like her... Well, I should say play, language selection, scene selection, special features, inside look. So, alright, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Never mind. It phased out. Let's try again. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so it's starting. She's dodging bullets right now. So it's been a little while since I've done this. I used to do this, and I kind of like doing it, but it's going to be relatively fun to fuck around with this, just to kind of get this in motion. So. Alright, so 20th Century Fox brought us this. So. But you gotta keep in mind that this movie actually was panned. That was the thing. Elektra did not do that well. It was not the belle of the ball in terms of like success. But I still think that this is a decent movie to go out on a date to. At least it was back in 2005. This is easily a Netflix and chill kind of movie. Because Elektra is, I mean, she may not be as strong as Hulk or as interesting as like Wolverine, but she does have like that appeal for females. So if you got a girlfriend or you're looking for some sort of movie, just in terms of like a date night or a movie night, this works. It's kind of the situation. And that's why I'm glad for it. Even though this movie kind of bombed, I'm not too angry with it. So. But yeah, so actually I don't think Daredevil is in this movie at all. So. I mean, Ben Affleck is a funny dude. Kind of the main thing about it. He cracks me up when I see him like in Jay and Silent Bob and movies like that, Daredevil, and even the Batman movies he did. Sometimes he's not even trying to be funny. It's just like, Ben, take a chill pill. And it's not, I mean, he's not like an uppity person, but he's funny. So I need to turn this up because otherwise I'm not going to be able to hear it. Oh, obviously, but yeah, I'm going to try to talk at the same time, so. Maybe I'll turn it down because I don't want you to be able to. So just like most Marvel movies from the 2000s, it kind of started off in comic format. It makes me wonder if there actually was an Elektra comic, because the Daredevil universe was really not that large. Daredevil was blind, so I don't know how many friends he had. I mean, I remember Spider-Man kind of being his friend, but apart from him, didn't really have that many friends. It was kind of the thing. I mean, he had a crush in Elektra, and he didn't like Kingpin. And I guess when, that Bullseye character was also in the movie. But apart from those guys, I don't know too much about it. I have no clue why they never made a sequel. I mean, the Daredevil movie from 2003 was really not that horrible. It was decent. It was definitely a stopgap while waiting for Spider-Man 2 back in the day. So. Urban legend. Yeah, Elektra can fight. I mean, I don't know so much if she's like a superhero, but she can definitely whip your ass. So just know that if you date her, it's kind of like, hey, you might just be getting a fat lip in addition to like other things. Like, yeah, Elektra, I could use a sex on the beach, a fat lip, and some TLC. That is like the whole damn thing. You just, what else could you do? There's not really a lot going on. That's why I'm having difficulties talking. That's why if the jokes seem kind of strained right now, is because the movie's not really giving me a lot to work with. This kind of, you should just be seeing a bunch of television screens going off and it's dark out. So she whispers in her ear. I don't really know who Elektra's villain is. It kind of makes me curious because I don't know if she has beef with Kingpin, and I don't even know where the hell she lives. That's the thing. Is she even in the United States right now? I mean, this pans us into the middle of some secluded cabin somewhere, and it's like, what the fuck is going on, Elektra? Like the whole damn thing. Where the fuck is this movie taking place? I suppose they told you, but I just didn't. Subtitles didn't. I'd have to say that this was not actually Jennifer Garner's fault. I mean, she's a believable Elektra. It's not like she's too dainty for the role or something like that. She's believable as being that person. Kind of like Ben Affleck was a believable Daredevil. So she did the fighting scenes, and some people really struggle with them. I've never heard actors say, "Oh, those fighting scenes those sucked." They never say that, but you know that may be the reason why it took 3 years instead of 1 year. You know. Imagine having to do the same fight scene like 15 or 35 times in one day. Having to keep on that red outfit and shit. She just threw I forget what those are called. Sinai or something like that. Some ninja name. Kunai or something. I don't know. Once again, where the hell are we? Just get yourselves immersed, folks. I mean, this movie has got to be like cheap right now. I guarantee you're not going to pay much more than $5 or $6 for this movie, and probably not more than $4 or $5. I mean, really. I mean, when I saw the reviews on this, it was getting like less than 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this is really a steal. These are just the kind of cheap thrill kind of movies that you need. It's like, hey, hey, baby doll, we could totally. I mean, let's spend $3 on a date and see how that takes us. That's the thing. This movie's not even intending to be that way, but it just works. That's the thing. This is like it's so promising to me. I don't even care. The thing about movies, you can't even go to the movie theater this year because of coronavirus, or you can, but it's a danger. So. And by the way, this is before. I think Elektra died in Daredevil from 2003. I don't remember. I think it was actually Bullseye that killed her, but this is before that, so this kind of gives them a bit of a backstory to what she was up to. She did have a storyline, but so you got Daredevil and Elektra. Turn it up a little bit more though. I wonder if that's her real name, Elektra. It's called her E. I mean, I guess Carmen Electra goes by the name Elektra. That's the reason why Daredevil's going to come up so much in this commentary, is just because there's not a ton to this universe. I mean, you either have to be like a decent sized fan of the Elektra comics, or you have to be a decent sized fan of like the Marvel universe to really do a good job of commenting about this. But it's such an obscure movie. It's like this can't. You know, another movie this reminds me of is that Catwoman movie. If you remember correctly, Halle Berry actually played Catwoman way back in 2004. That's such a quiet and obscure movie, she doesn't ever really talk about it. At least it doesn't seem like it. But there was a Catwoman movie from back in the day, kind of just like Elektra. So it was a DC movie. It came out actually before Batman Begins. I was like, what the hell? Is this a random movie? So. I don't care. Why is... Oh, come on. I hope my computer just didn't shut down. What the fuck is going on? Alright. I was gonna say, my screensaver just popped up. I was like, not in the middle of a commentary. I've got plenty of space on my computer, so. They're showing a lot of scenery, but I'm just trying. I'm kind of waiting for like the plots to develop here. Yep, it's been 5 years since I've done this. I'm just kind of like, I get used to doing commentaries, but I'm going to start doing this more. It kind of depends. I'm trying to think if there was like any video games for this. This movie was just so quiet. This movie came out in January, for one thing. So January is one of the most awkward months for movies. And didn't really have like any sort of promotion that went along with it. I don't know if it had like a PS2 game or something like that. I was too busy messing with Halo 2 around this time to have noticed. I remember when it came out, but I was like, hell, by the time I was getting around to go to the movie theater, it was gone. It didn't make it to March of 2005, or I don't even know if it made it to Valentine's Day, So. I thought this person looked a little young. Pool exercises. I wonder if that water's cold. Looks like it. That's the thing, doing those swimming scenes like that, it's like, oh, that has to be like 30 degrees or something. So. I don't think of what else has been going on. It's been still messing with Final Fantasy VII. So that's fun enough, and kicking back and get some Taco Bell tomorrow and get me a Chalupa Supreme. Definitely a fan of Taco Bell for newcomers who don't know me that well. That was a good shot. She's a female ninja. She's kind of like Jade from Mortal Kombat. Those type people. Thing. There needs to be like one of those crossovers, something like that. I bet Goro could take Hulk, you know? You'd think, I mean, if Hulk could sit there and throw a car, I mean, Goro has 4 arms, so this is kind of... I was just waiting for that girl, that teenage girl back there to be like, gosh, get like a Napoleon Dynamite kind of thing in there, you know? Like, jeez, what's your problem? There needs to be more characters in this movie. That's what I'm having difficulty with. Is this is all just stemming around Elektra? And, I mean, this development is difficult with only one character. And they kind of did it with Daredevil, but I'm just kind of like, doing pull-ups with one arm. You gotta understand how tough that is. But all this character development just for her to die that quickly in Daredevil, I mean, it was just kind of, that's what you gotta pay attention to there. It's like all this build up in this movie just for her to die like 30 or 40 minutes into Daredevil or whatever. Elektra needs to get out the house. It's kind of the situation. I don't know at this point. A McCabe character needs to come back or something. Uh, funny. This movie is kind of like Twilight, you know? Huh. Funny. It's random. I don't know. It's the development of this movie. I mean, it's just random the way this sort of stuff happens. It just kind of, these trigger points just kind of happen out of nowhere. This is, I mean, I probably have another 10 or 12 minutes worth of commentary in me, but I would almost do this whole movie, but I don't know. I need to get more readjusted towards wanting to do these and just deciding how much. I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm gonna do like a series of these and just kind of see as far as I get in some of them, and then I'll start doing longer ones. I'm definitely not gonna do like 3-hour movies, but definitely a 90 or 100-minute movie I wouldn't have a problem with. But at least for now, we're just gonna do 40 minutes. This is like an episode of Survivor or something, And that guy either has to be rich or something to sit there and want to live on an island by himself. It's kind of like, I mean, I'm not going to be that person who sits there and questions the plot of the movie, but this is kind of. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, like, the reviews of this movie. It's something that's like my next, curiosity is. I wonder what people thought the highs and the lows of the movie were. Like, what were the criticisms? What were the highlights? That sort of thing. I feel like the actor selection was good, but I do feel like the pacing is kind of different. So, but I do remember seeing this movie a few years ago, and they're actually like there were like two characters that she fights, but I don't remember. I'm just trying to. I don't know. I don't remember. I only saw this movie one other time. I don't remember well enough. But felt like, fuck it, McGabe, I'm done with this. This is too depressing. These people are too moody, and there's only 2 other people on this whole island. I'm having cabin fever like a bitch. This fireplace sucks. Like the whole damn thing. Show me the money. Oh. He's one of the suspects, possibly, huh? Yeah, I mean, what happened? What became of Elektra Comics? I mean, how far did they go? Did they get to like comic number 300 and 400 and have like Elektra Unlimited and the Amazing Elektra or something like that? It just kind of makes me wonder what happened from those comics, because I know she at least had comic series, but I'm just kind of she's not gonna do it. I mean, she got that girl by the arm, if you remember that. She has the aim to do it. It's the thing. It's still probably better than a good portion of movies. I don't think that this is like a 5 or 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'd have to say, I mean, it's a serviceable movie. It's just that the pacing is a little bit, there's just not enough characters on top of that. I mean, damn it. I'm glad. Like, you not tell that you have assassins going after you. They really have to be pretty subtle, though. I mean, that's the thing. It makes you wonder if this is like some sort of zombie movie where they don't know that they're being invaded or something. Who sent you? He's broke his own neck. Makes me wonder if those guys are after Elektra more so than those folks. But then I guess they were kind of it might have been a combination. I don't know. I'm starting to think the Elektra was kind of an assassin. She was trying to kill them, but then she decided not to. So that's kind of the thing there. See, but that's the thing I have to keep saying is just the fact that Daredevil had so much better interface. I don't know. I mean, you really have to. Maybe not better, but what the hell is that? Alright, so we're going to wrap this up, but as it were, maybe I'll do like the second half of this, but I think that should about conclude things. But you get enough sense to kind of enjoy yourself throughout this movie. It's a nice little it's a nice little escape in a lot of ways, and is nice for like a Thursday night, maybe not a Saturday night or a Friday night, but definitely like a Thursday or Wednesday night or something. Just an endless kind of regular work a day kind of day to lose some time and shit. Just get some Taco Bell and some popcorn and you'd be gravy. So alright folks.